Frank Ehrhardt, John R. Wood Properties, Christie's International. I wanted to share with you the latest real estate results for Southwest Florida for August 2025. For August 2025, the median sales price for Cape Coral was down about 7% from the prior year, while the number of active listings was actually down about 2% from the prior. We're sitting at about 3,643 listings currently. And if you take a look at the number of sales in the month of August, that's down about 9% from the prior year. And then taking a look at the months of inventory, that leaves us about an 8-month supply of homes currently in Cape Coral. And the time to sell a home, it's right at about 58 days to sell a home in Cape Coral. That's up from 49 days a year ago. So my outlook for Cape Coral, as I'd mentioned last month, I think we're close to the bottom in Cape Coral here. And so for this month in August 2025, we're actually up 2% from the prior months, which is the first time we've really seen a bump up over the last probably 2 years. In the month, median sales price was down about 8% from the prior year. And the number of active listings in Fort Myers are about 3,500. That's up about 3% from the prior year. Number of sales for the month, we had 392 sales. That's down about 10%, and that is the slowest August that we've had in Fort Myers in the last 10 years. And the months of inventory, we're sitting at about a 9-month supply, solidly sitting in a buyer's market. Time to sell, it's taking about 80 days to sell currently, and that's up from 53 days a year ago. So my outlook for Fort Myers, with only 392 homes sold in August this month, I still think we're going to see some downward pressure on pricing over the next couple months here in Fort Myers. Sales price for the month of August on Fort Myers Beach was $755,000. That's up considerably from last year. However, there are relatively few transactions, so that number can get skewed pretty easily. If you look at the number of active listings that we have on the beach, we've got 491 currently. That's up about 35% from the prior year. And number of sales for the month, we had 22 sales in the month, and that's up from 16 a year ago. And again, last year was a pretty quiet summer. It's been a pretty quiet summer here too. That leaves us about a 22-month supply of inventory currently on the beach. And time to sell, it's taking about 89 days to sell versus 102 days last year. So my outlook for Fort Myers Beach, right now buyers are taking a wait-and-see approach. I think we've got a little less than 60 days for hurricane season to be over. I think if we make it through the season without a hurricane, I think there's going to be some pent-up demand. I think we'll see quite a bit more activity in late fall, early winter on Fort Myers Beach. Median sales price for Sandcap was around $800,000 for the month of August. Actual number of listings that we have are 443. That's up 58%. So there's quite a bit more inventory on the market this year than there was last year. And if you look at the number of sales, we had 19 sales. That's the equivalent of what we had last year too. Months of inventory, 23 months, almost 2 years of inventory, solidly a buyer's market. And then if you look at the number of days to sell, about 86 days, that's down from 116 a year ago. So my outlook for Sandcap, even though inventory has come down quite a bit from the beginning of the year, we still have a lot of inventory. With nearly a 2-year supply right now, I still think we're going to see some downward pressure on pricing. Buyers are sitting on the sidelines waiting to see what the hurricane season is going to bring us over the next 60 days. Thanks for watching. Frank Ehrhardt, John R. Wood Properties, Christie's International. Check back next month for the latest market update and follow along for my new listings and happenings around Southwest Florida.